Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? I hope all is well with you as it is with us on this side. Now, today you ought to be excited because we bring you yet another episode where we need actually to think about the mistakes that we do. We actually perform grievous mistakes in terms of searching, in terms of dating, in terms of marrying, and that is why this very show is actually very relevant. And some of the mistakes we do, especially as ladies, okay, we reach at a certain place whereby we lower our standards to the extent that we absorb anything. And remember, as I always say, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Now, today we want to caution ladies why you must stop marrying divorces. Where is the danger in that? That is why Benjamin is here. Hey, Benjamin.
Hello. There's a verse in the Bible that says foolishness is bound in a child and a whip takes it out. There's a young group I've found that they have foolishness lodged in them. Mm-hmm. And they need words that are as like whips to bring it out. Yeah. Bramwell, it's been said that you can marry who you want in a free society, but you don't take that freedom too far. We are advising you this for your own future, for your own sake. All right? Mm-hmm. Generally, Bramwell, I want you to know that a marriage and a divorce changes the person and it changes where they are in life, mm-hmm, and moves them to another place very different from other single people who did not get married. Please understand that, swallow it, because they keep overlooking it. A person who has gone through marriage, and we are not blaming them. We are not saying now they have a label, this is a bad person. Please understand. It's what the experiences of marrying, divorcing, breaking away. Some of them is not official divorce because there was no official marriage, which makes it even worse. It's a very horrible decision maker. Living, cohabitation for 10 years, 12 years, 2 children, 3 children. They came apart. Decisions. So this person has been through a marriage, sort of. Has children, through something, break up this. So that period, that thing of going into marriage and you share your life and do things and then come out, makes that person very different. They may be better, perhaps. They may have learned better, perhaps. But socially speaking, they're at a very different place. Now, many of them will be in late 30s upwards. All right? Late 30s, mid 30s and upwards. And whatever age, the social place where that person is very different. Now, if you're a young lady aged 20s, and you see this person who is 42, and we did a whole show on what's wrong with when a lady is 20-something, marries a man who is 40-something, even without marriage or divorce. The age itself moves a person somewhere socially, in their life, in their journeys of life, the season of life, what time it is, what matters to them, priorities, which generation they relate with, what are their tastes and flavors, what do they value, what are they likely to spend time doing, what are they likely to invest in, how are they likely to view your opinion, all right? You need to be very careful not to ignore crucial issues. Because you think, after all, true love is all that matters. Mm-hmm. There are many other matters that matter. Many other issues. It's not just true love. Mm-hmm. So, these young girls, Brahman, this came because I got a lot of questions. You know, this guy is divorced, has children. I want to list the problems for these young girls, so they can understand. Number one, this person's priorities at this point is not to start building. Most likely they've been through something for 10 years. That experience may have made them very suspicious. Made them suspicious of certain behavior because they've been traumatized. Divorce is traumatizing. Mm-hmm. Of course, when you're divorcing a narcissist, you are being traumatized inside the marriage. The divorce is a deliverer. Yeah. But that experience itself, nobody is happy divorcing. It's like amputation. We don't do it because we want it. It's a necessary pain, very necessary, but it's very painful. You understand? Mm. It's an amputation. Always think about it like that. When a person has gone through that, a lot, the fiber of their being, how they view life and who they are, has been altered permanently. So the first problem with these young girls who are marrying divorcees is to understand that, one, you're coming to a person who is not starting, they are repairing. They needed to date now for a second time. They needed to date as a returnee, sort of. They were done with this part. It's life that has taken an unexpected turn, and they're back. If you date a young man whom you're starting, both of you, you are ready to learn together. This person who has been through marriage has arrived at certain conclusions. Especially if they've not gone through therapy and healed well. And a man who has balanced his life will not go for young men. For young women who are 26, 28, and himself is 42. No enlightened man will go for that kind of lady. They will never think at par. They'll never be at par. They'll always be at different places in life. They will argue over decisions. They will argue about how to spend the weekend. Generational differences. Entertainment changes with generations. Pastime changes. Leisure changes. Hotels, places to changes with generations. So the first problem with these young ladies is you're marrying a person who is not where you are, who is not starting. Them they're coming back to repair. All right? The second problem is you're risking being a stepmom before you become a mom. Before you have your own child, there are children here. Some of these children matter more. They have existed with that man ahead of you. You don't have your own child probably, or maybe you have one, but you're still single and young. This guy has children. How will they view you? Will they ever call you stepmom? Or they'll always call you, will they ever call you mom or just Damaris, Jane? They'll always call you a name as if it's condescension. Be careful if these children are teenage and above. You're coming inside and starting to manage teenagers who already have teenagers have a lot of attitudes. You understand? Opinions about this, about that, about that. Of course, not all. Some are being shaped well. But even when they are shaped well, you see them struggling in that identity issues and trying to rebel this, rebel the other. You come in as a stepmom, you will never be pampered or shown affection or be given concentrated attention or be given the center of attention because there's another group that is demanding for attention here. So he has to split his attention between you and them, and you have to play stepmom when you have never raised a child. Maybe you don't know this age group, how they think. You don't know what to do with this. Coming in when there are children, Bramwell, is just terrible decision. The right woman to marry people who have children is herself. She has gone through that. Children have a lot of similarities. You understand? Children have a lot of similarities. When you come in and you have your own child of similar, blended families work easy because there are some universal truths we know about children. And we are having journeyed this far, this is not new to you. It will not shock you. You don't feel like you're being rushed, being called a mom. You don't expect at least to dominate the small atmosphere at home, to be the only one. You are used to sharing compound with others. You expect that mentally, where you are in life, this is okay. Naturally, this is what fulfills you. You feel like your life is rich. Are we together? I need to tell you that there are women, there are women who are midlife themselves. And for them, it is better to marry this man who has children already, who has divorced. Because maybe she never wanted children herself. Or where she is in midlife, she doesn't want to add children and he doesn't want more children. They meet perfectly. Do you understand? This young girl will come in and she wants children and the man may not want children. Do you understand? Just one child and he feels that's more than enough. For her, she was thinking of 3 because she has never had a child. But a midlife woman who meets this guy who already has children, they can meet, there can be a perfect convergence because she wanted just companionship. And she will take care of those kids and that's all. There could be perfect convergence when he has children, she's midlife, she has journeyed through life, built herself career-wise. That's important. You reach midlife and you've done nothing with your life. What are you looking for marriage to do? Go build yourself first.
You're broke and you're single.
Please, don't tell me you're mid-30s. No, Bramwell, I don't allow you to say some things. They indicate foolishness. Unless you have had a medical condition or another condition that held you back. If you have been of good health, nonsense. And I brought it up the other day and people are saying, circumstances of life vary. Yeah.
People don't always hide behind circumstances.
Even if you don't have romance, brother, have some finance. One or the other. Choose a struggle, bro.
Yes. Romance or finance?
Surely, how have you spent your time? No, surely, how have you been spending your time? The 10 years between 25 to 35 are very definitive.
Yeah.
Definitive. People flew to Cambridge. Others went to South Africa. Others went to grow pigs. I usually stop the conversation there. That is even, I don't have money for counseling. No, relationships have not been lucky for. What are we talking about? Make sure your hands are on the plow every day.
Yeah.
Make sure your hands are on the plow of your life. If you need, you're not plowing relationships. Plow jobs. Aye. Plow, be doing something with your life. Yeah. We don't have eternity, Brahma. Mm-hmm. But I told you to value above romance, above everything else, value your financial freedom.
Yeah.
Value your ability to buy something at the hotel and eat it without bootlicking anyone. It's very uncomfortable when a rich uncle tells you to go to the hotel and be eating is coming.
Yes.
Then you're eating and he delays to come. And you look stranded. You're finished eating and you're trying to keep busy. And you're on your phone anxious, panicky. I don't want that situation when you're an adult. When you're a child, you're at Form 4 and uncle told you is coming, that's understandable. Yeah. But your age, Brahman, you need someone now because they have not paid the bill. You eat what you can afford and have some money. In case people switch off their phone or they get stuck on the traffic jam. You can pay and say, I have moved actually, find me another place, I'm relaxing. Have some money to safeguard your dignity. It's very infuriating and frustrating to depend on people when you're an adult. Don't allow you. You should not even think about marriage or anything if you can't pay your small bills of your own life. Don't even bring it close. This is the second. So we said the second problem is a young woman is you're coming in when children are there, they are grown, you will never be the center of attention, you never have time to build from grassroots. You're coming in to be stepmom to children who already may not even embrace you when you are this young. Some of them see you as just an older sis. An older sister of theirs. All right? And the other thing is, sometimes you're seeing him as a father figure. You think you married a lover, but for you, he looked like a father figure, a mentor. A person, he brings the best out of me, coaches me like a teacher, like a father. Mm-hmm. If you marry, and I told you when we marry our women, to some way we must be the man in the life, almost a father figure of sorts. But that cannot be the reason we connected. Let me repeat that. If you marry right, I to my wife, there is an essence in which I am the man in that home, and sometimes you hear them and your children calling you, Daddy, you're home. There is that aspect. Mm-hmm. But that cannot be the reason why you married her. That is part of the role of you as a man in her life. Mm-hmm. But these girls see a father in him and fall in love. He sees a daughter and falls in love. That love is very unequal. He is always a superior. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. When you marry a father figure, you'll always be above. You will never be partners and he will never value your opinions. You see your input as that of a child. And you will sense it. Because he will not update you on everything. He's on his business, he's coming in evening, and he does not expect you needed updates. You know, when we are partners, we update on each other on what we are up to. Yeah. We include each other in our lives, in our decisions. We ask each other, what do you think about this? Mm-hmm. Imagine being married to a person who is purchasing plots and properties out there, and you're only getting to hear it as third parties. Getting to hear about it even from workers, that a business has been opened at a certain place by your husband. What do you feel? Do you feel like a partner? Feel like a worker, smaller person or daughter? That's the problem these girls are risking. They're risking a person who has gotten established in their ways and they don't see you like a partner. You don't command enough respect in their eyes. Another problem is that they may fear that you will move around with younger men. You may be so isolated from the men of your younger group because he fears that you will find them better than him. And remember, Pramel, that this experience, I told you some sexual dysfunctions or sexual health depends a lot on the well-being of the marriage. Because of high stress, people can develop issues with their sex life. Yeah. And it was never organic, not biological, no disease. It was never any infection, not anything. Stress. Be careful with the people who have gone through high stress. You don't know what it has done to them. Mm-hmm. If you yourself, you're in that stage in life, you can help each other mutually. You understand? But if you are a fresh person, starting, there are many women who go to marriage forgetting that aspect and they are starved. And perhaps we need to mention this and say, many Christian women do not know how serious it is to be sexually deprived.
Yeah.
They can't say they're moving out because I've met many married to men of cloth ministers. And they're saying that department of their bedroom is dead. Does not function. But outwardly, the marriage looks okay.
Yeah.
There are two types of dysfunctional marriages. The one that is outwardly chaotic, violent, or infidelity. When it is outwardly chaotic, the world can see you are in trouble.
Yes.
And they almost assist you. You have sympathy and support. And when you move out, they understand. The one who are close, they know it. But these kind of problems where you are deprived of sex, deprived of emotional, deprived, it's hollow, it's outwardly it's polished and nice. But it has no chemistry, no connection, it's hollow, it's empty. That is very difficult because the world cannot see. You need a lot of willpower, strong willpower to get out. Tell these young girls. They are risking going to a person whose departments are closing down. You know, people's functions have different lifespans. The eyes have a lifespan. The nose has a... that other department has a lifespan. You know, the legs, the teeth. Okay. When you come later in life, which parts are on the tail end? Which functions are closing down? You've seen those tuk-tuk, they need a rope to start it. You have to go behind and tie a rope. Now, you're 26 and you're already tying rope to start tuk-tuks for the journey to ever happen. So, they're too presumptuous. These girls, they think that, and you know why they go to these divorcees, but they're saying, you know, he's very understanding, he's clear, he wants a wife, he's not beating about the bush, he does not say this or that. For me, what I like is that he knows what he wants, and I don't want to, I prefer. You notice that reasoning? She has been frustrated by these men who look, young men who look undecided.
Yes.
So she goes to the other extreme of one who looks decided, but he's not in her social group. The reason you need to marry men from your social group is because even if many of them are unstable, when you find one who is like you will take off together. The problem with saying this one is decided, he wants a wife. Many of them, they even make you pregnant quickly. Tell women to keep the cookie for the right place, for the right time. Because it's used to trap you. Not because you're pregnant, just come in. Yeah. Because when you're pregnant, you can't think straight. You end up making decisions that are very deadly. Then you're married and you're kept at home like a cow. You're left there. You have no life, no dreams. You're not allowed to dream, to fly off, to take off, to think, to expand. Bramwell, there's something that matters to women more than just their womb. It's their brain.
Yeah.
So a very annoying video of somebody barking to women that it's all about your womb. Your womb must be made use of. It must be... And he is in media and he has followers. Why do women listen to people who insult them? The most important part about a woman is not her womb. It's her mind. Mother Teresa is the heart she carried. It's a mind. It's her vision. How she changed the world without having her own biological children. Oprah Winfrey has touched lives without having to bear children. They're barking about bearing children. That's only part of you as a woman. You're not just that. Because Africa kept women there. That's why we are behind. Women were kept behind. I told you, look, in all societies where women are suppressed, economically we are behind. God meant for us to collaborate. Govern the Garden of Eden together. Brother, tell these women that they are risking their dreams when they marry a person who is not coming to them because of their dreams, but coming. He may have money and pay fees for you here and there. But that does not mean he's willing to see you take off potentially higher than him. He will always see you below here. Let people who have divorced marry their comrades, their colleagues who are in that phase in life. Don't go there because of pity. So you say they cannot. Don't bring pity in dating. You're looking for the best match for you. You don't bring equality in the dating market by giving everybody a chance. How many people can you marry? You can't bring equality. It's only you. Look for what works for you. And remember what you choose, you'll have to deal with it for many years. When you choose a man, you have to deal with him for many years.
Yeah.
And for many women, what they don't realize is that the order of marriage is that the man is a leader. There are some things, if he does not support them, they won't go. And they keep arguing about, oh, the baby, we all have a responsibility. Yes, we have a responsibility, both of us, but biologically, you are the one to carry the pregnancy. You're the one to do the breastfeeding. The things about childbearing and parenting, they fall heavily on the woman. Why are they arguing about such a straight fact? Those things fall heavy on the woman, and they are better. They are better when planned. You think about that, it will wear you down more. Yes, after the baby becomes of age, you can take it to him. But when the baby is an infant, so young, they need your breast milk, think straight as a woman, you stand to lose more. So if you marry a man who is way ahead, there was journeys, who has done things, for fating those people who are light of foot as you, how many baggages are you contracting? And lastly, before you bring your question, there's an aspect of divorced people these girls don't see. Somebody said when we discussed that on Facebook that she watched a lady who is 24 or 25 marry a divorcee in a big wedding. You know, they have money, they can throw a very big wedding.
Yeah.
Throw a big wedding, and it was happy, there was there's joy. Wedding is only an event. That's only the signing of contracts. It's the inside the contract. It's the inside what you have signed into. Covenants. You're covenanting. And you know, media likes hyping the signing of covenants. They're getting into. They don't know the life inside there. Some of the people have long standing. Maybe they were the reason for the divorce. Maybe it's their behavior that made the marriage fail. Maybe it is habits that made the other woman find it impossible to stay. Everybody says they were innocent. The other one was the one who was guilty. What these women forget is you're not the only one. You're not the first one. There was another one. And we're not. Sometimes you might find that the man was the innocent one. But you're saying when you are this young, it's a dangerous gamble. There are people, of course, we know, who married men who had other wives. And today, I know people who are happy. People can make do with the situation when they know they have also sold short. So just because you can see them outwardly laughing, moving around your marriage, does not mean they are perfectly happy. It could be possible that they know. There's a lady who told me an interesting fact, that she married when she was 21, and they married, they stayed there, they had a happy, good marriage. But when she reached around 26, 27, she began to look back and say, would it have been better if I had grown myself a little bit faster? If I had built on that dream of becoming a journalist, if I had done those internships, if I had pursued, if I had, marriage is okay. She told me the marriage never collapsed. But she admitted something they never admit. Yeah. Even when the marriage is happy and you went there prematurely, a time will come and the troubling thoughts, what better could I have done with my life? And I simply respected my seasons. You know, her mature version, the frontal lobe. Remind people about the frontal lobe. It's maturing at 25. If you make any permanent decisions before the frontal lobe matures, you'll be ignoring critical factors. So she told me, yeah, he was a good guy. They flew abroad. Many of these young girls, when they hear that I'm marrying you and we go to America, no, they can't think straight. They're thinking of the American dream, the dollar, the happy life there. So she said, we had a good life there, but I began to look back. And just quietly, I knew I'll make the best of my situation, but if I were to advise other people, I'll tell them, let him go. Even if he has come to you when you're 21, he's saying he's ready to marry, let him go. Obey your seasons. Prepare first. Pursue the dream you want. She told me now, I had to organize my life around him. The final problem with marrying a divorcee, tell these young girls, is you are not building a new life together. Himself, he has already a life going on. A career that he has built for many years. Businesses, plots, relationships with his mother or his people. He has built a life that you have to align yourself to. When you marry a young man, you establish relationships with in-laws afresh, isn't it?
Yeah.
You start businesses together. You start savings together. Start buying assets together. But when you come in, when he has been in the industry 15 years, what does that mean? Plots already, houses already, servants already. You may never come to the center of the empire. You may always be to the side. And when you're starting to earn a little, your money looks negligible because he has been 15 years.
Yeah.
And be very careful when you come in, a person who has already a tradition, a way of living, of relating to people, of spending, of having a life that has existed so many years, and you may not see it from outside, and you come in happy, excited, thinking, and then the change can never happen because these are entrenched patterns. It's known that all Christmases always happen in his mother's house. It's known that every time he does this, he has that property there. You've been adopted, quote unquote, thinking you're getting married. You'll never be on the top of things. You'll never be in charge. Even servants can tell you, your found us here. What are you going to tell us? Avoid coming to a pre-existing life of 15 years and are supposed to be adopted there. It were better if you started with a person you built together. Let me warn these people, say, if you build with a person from zero, when they go up there, they'll betray you. There are people who betray when you build from them. Betrayal sometimes, when you go into love, do all the due diligence you can, but never depend on people never betraying you. That you cannot be assured of that.
Yeah.
The only thing you can be assured of is that if they betray me, I'll make it. Are we together? Bramwell, I want you to have a good life with your woman, the one God will give you. I believe God for you. But I don't want you to transfer your existence and say, without this person, I'll be dead. No. I want you to be confident in your strength. Say, before I married, I was making it. If anything happened, I would still
make it.
Please, let that be your assurance. Have confidence in your own strength. They say the bird rests confidently on the branch of a tree, not because it believes the branch cannot break, but because it believes even if the branch were to break, it can fly. Have confidence in your own wings, in your God. People die, people change, people, believe that you be fully in and believe that you'll be fully in. But you always know that you wouldn't die or kill yourself or explode if anything were to happen. You are capable of surviving without them.
Wow. I like that, Benjamin. I really, really like that. Because these are the things that we often ignore. And then we end up wasting our lives with the people that we thought they were meant to be.
Very good.
All right? And then yet we discover later on that they were not meant to be. Benjamin, you said, point number one, that these guys, it is like they are repairing. Yes, that's what you said from the beginning. They are repairing. You want to start a life with somebody who's already repairing.
Exactly.
All right. Now, Benjamin, we have people, someone will argue, we have people, yes, they went through the divorce, okay? Remember, experiences in life shape us.
Exactly.
Okay? Now, they went through the divorce, and this guy, now, he's ready to begin afresh. A fresh start. Would you also term that fresh start as repairing?
Yes. Well, okay. Let me explain when we mean repair. We mean sometimes you can change a car engine, you remove the old one and put another one. And the one you have put is working in good condition. It's like you have given it a fresh start. But this engine still has a different number. Yes. You have to go to NTSA and register that you changed the engine of the car. A few parts are yet to be compatible with this engine. The mileage, the this, the that, the other. So the fresh start of this man is very different from the fresh start of the fresh girl. Okay? Yeah. So we are saying him, and remember, Brahma, we hope we will never have to divorce all of us.
Yeah.
But you can't control it because you are not the only one.
Yeah.
If the other person chose to go away, would you kill yourself there?
No.
You can still divorce and have a very happy marriage after that.
Yeah.
Are we together? The late Bob Collymore demonstrated that.
Yes.
Divorced twice. Married at that time, he was happy now. People can be happy after. We are not ruling out that. We are saying, who are they? Where are they in life? This young girl, where she is 26, 28, at most 30, 32, even 33, and this guy who is even 40, 45, or even that 9, but has children and a previous marriage, this girl who has never been to marriage, their priorities. That's the problem. The priorities are very different. The kind of attention they want, you see the kind of passion you want to establish a new marriage, the honeymoon phase, very different. So the incompatibility comes from the point that this man has had another journey that shaped him. This woman is coming fresh into the marriage. The expectations of this man and how busy he is with his life. how far he is. Remember I told you there are women who can marry a divorcee very comfortably.
Yeah.
If she's midlife. Past maybe late 30s or even 40s. And childbearing for him and for her is not a priority.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But this girl has very fresh expectations. The kind of children I want, how I want us to raise them, where they should go to school. This man has taken kids to school. This man has already had this and that. Many things he has done them and he's trying to repeat the way he did. He has experience. You just give you a number of a principal. That principal will take care. And you wanted you move around checking which is better school and no. You understand? The problem with this girl and this man is they may both be trying to get married.
Mm-hmm.
They may both in the market. But he has another previous experience that changed him permanently.
Mm-hmm.
He has fears about certain behaviors. He can overreact to some things because he has something to relate them to. This girl is looking at a fresh attempt, looking for a person they can take off with. Remember also what I told you, these people could already have the children or the career that takes a very center stage in their life.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have children or career, you're starting everything afresh. There will be a clash by simply what you prioritize versus what you prioritize.
Right. Now, under what circumstances should children matter when you want to make a decision such as settling down? You see? Under what circumstances? Because we said that if you want to marry somebody, don't marry them because of children. All right? Here, this person, the children are there. What if the children are younger and they're still under the care of their mother?
I even forgot to tell you that when you come in as a young lady, there will always be a baby mama out there, ex-wife out there.
Mm-hmm.
And she can be peaceful or chaotic. But she can always bring another aspect to this marriage. Okay, granted, some have moved on, they are nowhere. They don't show up anywhere. But there are many who still throw stones. And you can never know how she'll behave in the future. Mm-hmm. Now, even if the children are young, that even brings more responsibilities. The man should pay fees, the man should show up, should do this, should do the other. When the children, as long as they are children primarily, whatever age they are in, they are part of this man's life. Mm-hmm. When you marry people who have children, remember those children are part of their life. Yeah. Whether they are young or they are old. The best person to date is when I have my children, you have your children, or we are both the same age group. We are valuing same things. We see children as treasure. In fact, we're supposed to be doing this at the point. Part of us loving each other, that we attend to the children together. Mm-hmm. Because psychologically, that's where we are. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's what matters. Remember the stages of development. Yeah. 30 and above is generativity versus stagnation. That generativity is about children and how we've taken care, how we have shaped this one. You can be, so as a woman, as a lady, as long as they are children and you're coming in, those children are very important to him. You must be ready to play stepmom. And many of them have not thought in detail what being a stepmom means.
All right. Divorcees should go for their fellow divorcees.
Or grown people of their age group.
All right.
Exactly.
That is, you've rightly put it, because that is what I wanted to ask.
Yes.
Now, should age also become a factor? Because we are in a society or at a place where people are divorcing when they are quite young. You realize somebody is either late 30 or early 40. You see? And this girl, she's also, she's either early 30 or late 20s. Okay, should we also look at that? And for these young divorcees, maybe they don't have children. How do you go about that?
Yeah, there are some who divorce and they don't have children, and the marriage could have been brief. Mm-hmm. There are people who go in, they realize it's a mistake, they turn back quickly. Yeah. So the amount of trauma, the amount of emotional experience, the amount of pain they went through can vary. Mm-hmm. But Bramwell, I've noticed a funny trend that when people go through the intensity of having to divorce, the intensity and the breakup and the itself, there's some things it does and a person becomes very sensitive with some things. Yeah. With therapy, they will heal. We're not saying they'll never heal. But we are saying that car that was put a new engine, and this car that is fresh, that has never had any repairs, they will never be the same. Yeah. For you to explain the difference, somebody may think that, but this is a new engine, the car now, everybody will tell you the car that has had a major part replaced is not the same as a car that has never had anything replaced. A human being who has had a marriage that did not work, They can date. They may not have children. They can date, but make sure you're converging in terms of children, you're converging career-wise, you're converging responsibilities. True, there are people who themselves have grown old. And I told you that ladies who, for the lady and the guy, not the other way around. I want women the other day, we'll talk about when it's a lady who's a divorcee. That when you're a lady, you're divorced and maybe you have your children, there's a young man here who has never dated, does not have children. It's very hard for a man to come marry really like you. But they usually pretend that they love you to get your car, to use your house, to use your money, to think like they're doing you a favor, so make you feel like you're doing you a favor. You should know your league, so that you keep away cons. You keep away con men. So it's okay. If you ever find that you and that person you are aligning, but only remember the trauma, the experience can alter people in ways you may not see now. If they've taken their time to go through therapy, you can consider it. But make sure you are converging in your priorities about children. You're converging in your priorities about career. Your priorities about oversensitivity about the experiences of that other person. You're converging about what that other person's role plays in their life. What some things they may not do. There are people who went through a wedding, they don't want to wed again. That time was a wedding. Now you're taking them back to wedding. Doesn't look good on them. They want something low-key. For you've never done it. You wanted it. You wanted to be proud of it. You wanted to do it afraid. You wanted to, So make sure there's convergence of interests. And you shall look keenly, because some things a person may be done with them and you're not yet done with them.
Right. And all these, my dear viewer, will only help you when you are intentional. These are matters life. And when it comes to dating, you don't need to do them haphazardly. Thank you for watching The Benjamin Zulu Show. Till next time.